Hi everyone, this is Michael. Welcome back to the Round Number 1 YouTube channel. Today is May 31st, 2023. Let's head straight into the show. First thing I want to talk about is, this is something that really upset me, is the tribalism of pro wrestling fans towards the AEW product, most specifically the Double or Nothing show, which happened this past weekend. I was really upset to go on Twitter and see notable podcasters, which I won't name, upset over the fact that paid ticket holders did not coddle the AEW product. Mad at paid ticket holders for posting photos of empty seats in the arena. Mad at paid ticket holders for uploading photos of other paid ticket holders being straight up bored out of their mind of this AEW show over the weekend. You know, the one thing that pro wrestling fans tend to forget is that ticket purchasers, they're not obligated to the wrestlers in the ring. They're not obligated to the people behind the stage. They're not obligated to the boys and the girls in the back. They're not obligated to the people in the production truck. And they're not obligated to either you or me that's watching at home to show excitement over something that they don't enjoy. And not only that, but one thing I realized is this whole coddling method that these pro wrestling fans expect other pro wrestling fans to upheld only happens in sports entertainment, which is not a real sport. You know, in real sports, you know, you don't hear commentators on ESPN or TSN or Fox Sports blame cities or blame crowds for like a product being for ticket holders to being vocal about a product they find boring. Only in pro wrestling does this happen. You know, and you know, it needs to stop. The tribalism, that there's certain aspects of tribalism that needs to stop, and that one aspect of if you buy a ticket and you're in that audience, you're in that crowd, that it's your duty to, when Jericho's stupid theme music plays, that you have to sing along. You know, if something is boring, you can't show that you're bored. You have to be 100% positive. Like, that has to stop, okay? Like I said, only in sports entertainment does this happen. In other sports, this doesn't happen, okay? And it needs to stop. Now, let's talk about Kris Statlander. And I'm really upset at Tony Khan for taking the belt off of Jade. And I'll talk more about Jade tomorrow, but today I just want to talk about Kris Statlander. And I just gotta say, I don't understand. I've been watching AEW from the beginning. I don't understand the appeal of Kris Statlander. What am I missing? You know, I happened to go to a few wrestling sites yesterday, just browsing for topics of what I want to talk about in today's podcast, and I saw one. The most prominent thing I saw on every website. There's one article that I found prominent. Every website had this article. It was pro wrestling fans. It was titled "Pro Wrestling." No, The wrestling industry congratulates Kris Statlander on winning the TBS Championship. I seen this reported on Wrestling Inc. and a couple other sites, and it turns out like the only people in the wrestling industry that were congratulating Kris Statlander for winning the TBS title were people within AEW. Kris Statlander, for the most part, is she's unknown to the wrestling world. She was signed to AEW in late 2019, I believe. And prior to that, she was wrestling indies. I don't think she has ever considered a WWE. I don't think she's ever considered trying out for the WWE. I don't think she's ever been featured on, say, TNA Impact or Impact Wrestling. She was, I believe how she got into TNA is like how a lot of the people, I believe how she got into AEW is how a lot of people got into AEW. You know, friends of the Young Bucks. That was her ticket into AEW. And as soon as she got into AEW in late 2019, the further year she was marred by horrific injuries. I believe she blew out her I want to say her right knee in early 2020, which took her off the shelf for about I want to say she was off the shelf for about maybe like 6 months, and she came back in I want to say she came back in 2021, and as soon as she came back, she blew out her left knee, and then that took her about a year, I believe a year of rehab to come back, which leads us to her arriving on Sunday night and beating Jade Cargill for the title. But you know, here's a woman who both of her knees have been blown out, and you know, we don't know her durability, and Tony Khan has made her a champion. So I mean, Conan had last week. Conan was talking about on his K100 show that can be you can find it on YouTube, about Tony Khan not yet learning how to elevate people. And I mean, you could see it right there with Kris Statlander. This guy has no idea how to elevate people. He took a woman that has been in AEW since 2009, but for the most part has been injured. She hasn't cut. She's not known in the wrestling world. She has a gimmick that I find ridiculous. She's an alien. I don't know how she's gonna get over. She hasn't cut any memorable promos. She hasn't said anything memorable at all. Like, I mean, if you compare her to Jade, even you could say Jade is not good in the ring, but you can't tell me, and you probably say Jade hasn't cut any good promos, but everybody knows Jade's. If you're a diehard AEW fan, you know Jade's catchphrase, and you know when she interviews her and Tony Schiavone are there. That's her. That's the interviewer who she's paired with, and she always says, "Tony, cut the shit." She hasn't been saying it recently because supposedly Warner Brothers wants AEW to cut down on the swearing, but you know that's her stick. when she's with Tony Schiavone. She tells Tony Schiavone to cut the shit. Kris Statlander has no memorable promos, no memorable sayings, and she's been injured for the most part of her entire AEW career. And you make her the champion. The most logical thing that Tony Khan should have done is, okay, you know, Kris Statlander, obviously Tony Khan likes her and she's likable backstage, and she has a lot of friends backstage. Okay, she wants to come back. She's rehab. She says she's healthy. Could be lying. Who knows? A lot of wrestlers lie about the injuries, lie about them being fully recovered, because, you know, they want the full pay. They want to come back as soon as possible and get the full pay. And, you know, the logical thing Tony Khan should have done is to test her durability and to elevate her. And she should have not won that title on Sunday night. She should have, Jade should have beat her down, and there should have been a feud between Kris Statlander and Jade for the TBS title. You know, you do not put the champion on a 60-win streak to have them beaten by nobody. That's my thoughts and that's my opinions on that. Tell me if you agree or disagree. I'm going to end this show for today. I'm going to come back tomorrow, June 1st, with another upload. Leave your comments down below in the comments section. Like this video if you want to like this video. I'd like to thank you for your support. Thank you for I really appreciate the viewership I've been getting on this channel so far. And I'll catch you again tomorrow.